Yay! Looks like I'm live. I'm really excited to play some Everquest today with my husband. I do play D&D at 3 o'clock Eastern, and it's now 1:10 Eastern, so this is going to be a short session here, but hopefully get a little bit of experience for my druid so that my druid can reach level 34 and be just like a ton more useful as far as porting goes. So hopefully I don't die tonight. We've been dying in Kinark a lot. All right, looks like my husband's already here. He is an erudite mage, and I am a halfling druid. Project 1999 halfling druid is basically cliche. I am the cliche. Oh, I have no mana. What happened? Oops, I misspelled the word low. Lockman. I totally typed that incorrectly. Let's get you to 80 and then begin. Absolutely. So, just a little chit chat. You can't see it because I'm on the Everquest screen. But I just wanted to give a shout out to a game company called Carl Burton LLC. Maybe it's a guy named Carl Burton. I don't know. But I had played last week a game called Islands, Non-Places, and that's one of his games. But I suggest if you go to itch.io, look up Carl Burton LLC because I found, well, first of all, I found a couple of other games which I have so many games to get through, which I'll explain later. But what I did find on Carl Burton's page was an interactive illustration called Forest. And it definitely has a vibe like Islands. I suggest y'all go check out Forest, an interactive illustration on carlburton.itch.io. So that's my shout out. Looks like I'm at 50 mana. I'll let him know that. I wish I had clarity crack. I do. I wish I had clarity crack. So I don't know. We've been kind of ineffective with our EverQuest for the last week or so. We haven't really. Our daughter has wanted to be with us, which is amazing. That's good. Our 16-year-old daughter wants to be with us. But we've just been playing less EverQuest like in a row. So we haven't been really into grouping because like after an hour and a half, we'd be like, ciao, see ya. Which has worked out in the past, of course, but we end up duoing a lot, and we're kind of at these levels where, and by the way, thank you for the advice, everyone that gives us advice. None of it's worked so far. So, um, so these two characters, so we also have a paladin and enchanter duo, which is awesome, but we like to group with those two. Those are our mains. Um, this druid mage combo is good. Right now in group chat, we're talking about a third account. Basically, our daughter. Here's what happened. We learned about Project 1999 in basically October of 2019, and we wanted my daughter to play with us. We actually wanted to be like this family on Twitch. Our shtick was going to be, it was, this married couple and their 16-year-old daughter. Well, she played. We started out in GFA. Like, my Carolyn Paladin is always a human. But because she wanted to be a wood elf rogue, we all started in GFA. So we were both high elves because that made sense. But not from a Carolyn standpoint. Um, anyway, so my husband lately has been on this kick where he's like, oh well, we should have used her account for a cleric. We should level a cleric on her account. And now he's like, oh well, we should have had the enchanter on her account. But he's talking about leveling a second enchanter up, so All right, so we're about to actually fight. Let me see. Okay, I have skin like steel, so I'm gonna get Bramblecoat up like a good little druid. Self-only buff. Damage shield, and I think should let him know a goblin. Alright, so I will give myself Bramblecoat. I'm not sure what's gonna fall first, so we'll just leave that blank for now. I feel like my dot situation is wrong. I think I need to look through the spells I've gotten a little better. Like, I think I need to go through everything. Anyway, let's go ahead and, whoops. Let's go ahead and snare this guy. Oops, not snare the knob. No, that's not the point. There we go. Vanob, stay alive, please. Okay. Vanob's fine. So I actually killed us, or we gated, or something annoying yesterday. Because, like, I didn't snare, or I don't remember what I was gonna say. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Uh-oh. I got an ad. Oh, no, it's not an ad. It's a Vabob. Is that my husband's fault? That might be my husband's fault. I have so much mana, though. It's not a big deal. Faster the better, right? I mean, if I'm gonna keep my mana up. I still get work emails and things that I need to know on Saturdays. So I'm always talking about work. Here's what's funny. I stream and talk about work all the time, and I really only work about 15 to 20 hours a week. So, but part of why it seems like a lot is that I'm on call to do that 15, 20 hours a week, So, why do I keep losing my pointer? I think it's more because I'm blind than that something weird is going on. And then Vanob. Oops, Vanob needs healed for sure. Let's casting's interrupted. No. There we go. Well, that was like through boom, boom, boom. That was good. Decent-ish experience. It's nice. I mean, when you can see that it's going to be 100 mobs. Like, I'm looking. Maybe not 100. Three. No, maybe 100. Seriously. But, you know, if you can look at that and it's not like super terrible, then whatever. Snare, snare. Yeah, it's definitely my eyesight. It's not the computer doing something weird. I had actually, for this reason, I had actually made the cursor bigger in the mouse settings, and the next setting up was like considerably bigger, which was totally fine for the pointer, but the cursor on the screen was just like super huge, and it was very off-putting when trying to type out emails and documents. So that's that. So I wish we had clarity, of course. Who doesn't? Um, so this is what we're going to be doing today. So kind of boring, I know. It's more fun to group up and chit chat and tump. Both of us saw that word yesterday when we got here. Like tump. What does that even mean? Don't resist me, buddy. No. Yeah. There you go. And here you go, Bob. Want to heal? Yay, Bob. Heal again. All right. See that? Yeah. So the experience is going up in a noticeable fashion, which is always good. Okay, I'm gonna hop over and have like a chew of my food. But I am going to try to be out of camera range. I have a story about that if I remember to tell it after I'm done chewing. Okay. I had to group chat with my husband. Um, okay, so I was watching a friend of mine in a streaming horror RPG. So she was part of a group, publicly streaming. And this one guy in the group wasn't just eating, because like I'm in people eat, it's COVID, like people eat during meetings. I've even seen people eat during streams, like whatever. But this guy was just like voraciously like slurping his food and like just, and it was must not have good capitalist system to create a middle class. My husband is not the same libtard demac rat that I am. Quest for a druid stick. Oh, well, that's interesting. What do I need to do? So this guy was just grossing me out. And there was other stuff he did. Like, I mean, I get it. I do this and this and this. And I know that I do all sorts of things while I'm streaming. But this guy, like, took his fist, like, to his eye and was just like, it was hard to explain. Like, he's digging into it and like, and I just was like, oh my God. And I told her about it, my friend. And she's like, oh, I didn't notice him doing that. And it's like, well, yeah. Hey, sorry I didn't notice the chat. I'll try to see if I can get it working on my phone. It hasn't been working. Um, oh no, Lizard playing TV. I'm so sorry about your microphone. Hold on, hold on. Shoot. Hold on. Everybody in the chat. Hold on. I got shit to do here. I gotta. Oh no, did I like distract? No, I didn't. Everything is just fine. Everything is just fine. But I am going to keep an eye on Vabob for just a moment. And then there was something I wanted to tell Lizard playing TV. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you're in game too? Awesome. So your microphone, did it break like in, like on your, like on a laptop, like your built-in mic? Or do you mean that like a separate mic broke? I am currently using my built-in mic, which is kind of not good, but I think we finally found our spot. Honestly, we were dying so much. We were just at the wrong, there were just wrong aspects. A lot of it was we weren't finding a cool spot. Um, there are a lot of mobs roaming around in the Cunark areas. My husband said he thinks the spawn rate was increased. Um, uh, I don't know if that's true. My husband makes a good point. He says, I'd say that it's good practice for Pantheon, this place, because there's quite a bit of elevation in this zone. Yeah. We're in Frontier Mountains for anyone that might be. Uh-oh. I'm a little behind on my heels with Kebab. Where is Kebab? There's Kebab. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the pointer. Like, I go back and forth between thinking that it's me and the actual display. I think it's me. Is Chabab okay? Alright, my so is fading. And I know my husband needs so. Yeah, so about everything being, the spawn rate being increased, it actually makes it kind of dangerous. Like a lot of these zones have part of the problem is my husband is 3 levels 2 levels above me, 3 levels above me. So he's always like, this stuff is green. And I'm like, my spells aren't landing. So we ended up in a bunch of different areas where we just were not finding the right spot to sit down in. And there were just like all these ads all the time. There'd be, here you are fighting a blue, there's an ad that's blue. You're taking care of that just fine, and then something that's like yellow like wanders by and smacks you. That was literally one of my deaths. So all right, back to paying attention to the game. All right, pretty low on mana. My husband's like resting and grabbing a beer, I guess. Beer o'clock. I'm not having a beer. I need to play D&D in less than an hour and a half. So, I am a conjuration wizard. I'm human. I come from a noble family, and my younger siblings all have done like better than me. I think that I made a decision about the character before I knew about Tahani and the Good Place, but I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to think when I first saw the Good Place. September? Oh my God. No, I must have already have watched The Good Place when I made my background. But anyway, so basically I'm a bored um, you know, in her 30s maybe. I don't remember what age I said, but she kind of doesn't take care of her appearance super well. Um so she's got like low level depression and irritability um all the time. And she tries to be professional and she tries to get along with everyone she's with, but she's just kind of mean and irritable at times. Um, so she's bored, and she became a wizard. My big shtick is basically I mage hands like everything, or I create it like random stuff. Like, oh, you know, here's a napkin. I'm gonna mage hand that pitcher of water over to me and pour into this cup. So I've been having fun with that. I actually haven't been super prepared about that particular campaign. Um, so I'm not even. Oh shit! I didn't realize we were fighting. Whoops. Helps to pay attention to the game. Oops. Oops. Giant grub dagger. Let's see what that is. Oh, interesting. Okay. Two-handed slashing, 40, 12, HP plus 20. That's not even like terrible. I mean, it weighs a ton. And 40 is pretty terrible. All right, I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna step over here a minute where you can't see me so that I can chew my lunch. Mm-hmm. 80 mana. Yeah, my keyboard seems sticky, and I don't eat over it, and I don't drink over it, and I haven't spilled anything, and my hands are always clean. So I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, somebody might be joining us. Gazak. The EXP is actually decent. Kind of a change from our past week of EQing. Um, which, by the way, I have not been able to stream all of my deaths and other interesting adventures through Knark because my daughter needed to stream and we can't do it both at once. So, all right. So, what else is going on? D&D. Sounds like tonight we're going to try to eat this Universal Yums snack box, which comes monthly. It's a subscription thing, where you get snacks from like other countries. So that's interesting. Um, oh, we're missing a buff. Probably skin like steel, huh? Well, we will get that taken care of shortly. So let's do that. Oops. Timer. Thought I was clicking on myself. There we go. Well, it's a bummer. Somebody with a troll character ran by us. I would have loved if he joined us. Don't hit me, you gorging brute, or I'll charm you. Wow, that hit me for 59 points of damage twice. That's actually not as much as I thought he had done. I thought that was like a 70, but I think this is another guy. Alright. Medding. Oops. The pet needs a heal. Pet might need 2 heals. Does pet need 2 heals? I don't know. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Perfect. Very low on mana. Chill out, my husband. So hopefully I can get a decent. Oh, I'm almost above in. That's amazing. This is the best. This is the best experience we've had in a few days. We've had much better experiences than sitting in Frontier Mountains in a little spot. But it's nice to level. There's yeah, wow. There's this interactive illustration I'd really like to look at that I talked about earlier, but unfortunately it has sound. So every once in a while I'll just re-mention what it is that got me started streaming. After the murder of George Floyd, I purchased a bundle for racial justice and equality from itch.io. And it had like 1,500 things in it. Not all of those things are games. There's tabletop RPG rules. There's video game development stuff. There's tabletop development stuff. There's games that are basically interactive novels, interactive storytelling, and then lots and lots of games. So I was like, oh well, I'll stream all those games. I'm gonna go through this whole bundle, and so I've been doing that for like a week and a half now. I think I've been streaming for 9 or 10 days straight. Um, and I've discovered some pretty cool games. I've discovered some games I wasn't into too much. But in the meantime, I kind of check out for the games that I like, I check out who the developers are. I see what other stuff that they wrote. So I'm discovering just a lot of really cool stuff that's been created. And I just really appreciate the efforts of all of these game designers. Like, even the ones I don't like that's cool. Someone did that art basically. Um, So it's been great. I mean, I'm like halfway through page 1, or maybe a little more than halfway. There's 59 pages in this bundle of stuff. Um, and it's super funny. Like I'm playing games that are totally outside of my comfort zone. Sky Rogue, honorable mention, like a simple flight simulator kind of thing, and it wrecked me. All right, looks like we're getting started with the mob. Snare and be a cleric. That's my job. Snare and be a cleric. Except I can't resurrect. But I can heal. Oh, I can buff a little bit too. Though I think cleric but the buffs, but cleric butts are adorable. Cleric buffs I think are actually better-ish than mine right now. At this level, at this particular level. I could be wrong. Alright, I'm at 80 mana. Might as well tell my husband that. Alright, I'm gonna go over here and chew. Down you go. Uh-oh. Okay, so basically my husband said, come with me, Harmony, one of these two. So he led me forward, and I saw the two he meant for me to Harmony. Well, he said wait, pretty much just as a giant like path near me. Then also a goblin path near him and his pet. So we ended up with the goblin, which is really hard for us actually. And then probably because it's a caster, and then the giant. So I ended up gating. Luckily, I'm like like a few feet away. I'm not sure why he didn't run or gate. But anyway, my husband ended up dead. So that sucked. Well, that sucks. Dead husband. At least I'm not dead. Usually I'm the one that ends up dead. Um, okay. Gonna go over here, grab a piece of my lunch. Death and EQ. It's like constant death. Let's see. So I have like a couple viewers. I will put a shout out for um the sorry, I was reading something. My husband, oh, my son was like, did she admit to killing her husband? What are you listening to? That's awesome. Yeah, I did kind of kill my husband. I brought an ad back. Poor guy. I don't even remember what I was saying now. Oh gosh. Oh, I was gonna give a shout out to some games. There's one called Moonbase, Mewnbase, a space exploration and base building game, which I liked, in this bundle. Um, yeah, I got some games on the queue for when I'm not playing EverQuest with my husband. He's in Cabalus. He is bound at the pot room in Timorous Deep, which means he kind of has a plane of knowledge like access to the different cities around the EverQuest universe. So he will pop out at Cabalus and get to me as soon as possible. But that is why you were looking at me staring at a tree in the distance beyond these rocks. That's so funny. That's awesome. I love that. I love that someone listening to their dad playing and streaming me thought I was admitting to killing my husband. I would like to watch to write a murder mystery someday. I have all kinds of great ideas for a murder mystery. One is that the murderer is a person that walks their dogs to case out the situation for whatever murder they're going to do, because nobody, like, I've encountered this myself as a dog owner and a dog walker. Like, if you have dogs with you, you can definitely get away with people ignoring you. Like, they'll remember you and they'll remember the dogs, but they don't suspect you are doing anything untoward. Another idea I have is that there is a serial killer who is a woman who is actually a men's rights activist woman, which happens. That's actually a thing. And and she actually murders people and makes a point of having them know it is a female in order to show society that women can also be serious. Like, there can be that toxic masculinity basically doesn't exist, that she's an example of of this negative trait, and then men aren't. I don't know. It sounds good on paper, I assure you. So I'm not sure why my husband's still showing up as dead. Oh, I gotta get ready for D&D soon. My husband wants me to zone to clear aggro, so I will do that. He's not wrong. Oh, can only play a little bit longer. Get ready for D&D. Oh, I'm going so slow. I'm used to having so. But my husband isn't here yet. I am in another window, so I'm being boring. I'm in another window playing a 5-minute interactive fiction game while I'm waiting on my husband. So. I should give myself so. Alright, we're invising over to this hill just because, even though it's right nearby. There's just so many freaking mobs. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't know where he is. Uh-oh. Poor dead Tui. All right. Okay, sliding over here. One moment. Oh, look what I just did. Look what I just did. I just ate. I forgot I was streaming. And I totally just did the thing. Well, I'm apologizing. No, don't resist my snare spell. Okay, yeah, so I've been getting like I have not been talking in my stream because I've been distracted by textile recycling of all things. So I have actually for a few years now had an interest in textile recycling, and I never really followed up on it. A lot of times I have these big ideas and then don't follow up on it. But and actually Goodwill recycles textiles, so that's good to know. Um, but anyway, on Facebook, someone discussed starting a clothing swap, which is one way to prevent things from being ruined before they can be recycled or reused, as in the case of clothing that's in good shape. Um, so so anyway, someone posted about having a clothing swap, and I was like, oh wow, like I would totally help organize that. Like I would totally make that happen. Um, and now I'm thinking of looking at it like an entire um issue to be dealt with in my city, because I'm sure there's lots of, I mean, there's the education aspect because Goodwill really does textile recycling. So there's just the issue of educating the public on how to recycle textiles, um, which actually mostly does involve either clothing swap type stuff or just getting it to Goodwill. Like I was just trying to snare Bob's pet, which was kind of stupid. That's what I get for talking, I'm telling you. Alright, now I'm definitely low in mana. And to be honest, we need to kind of be wrapping it up in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I don't know. Now my husband's like, oh, are we going to leave after this? It's like, okay. All right. My husband was just thinking of me and my D&D session when he said leave now. I told him that I had another probably like 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll let me let him know how much mana I have though. It's still a bit low. Yeah, I'm now that I'm resting, I'm looking at the chat. Um there is a lot that's still bulk shipped. You're right. Um oh, that's so cool. You know some stuff about textile recycling and reusing. Uh-oh, so my husband decided to get two things. Not good. We're gonna root one, rooted. Whoops, I spelled the word rooted really wrong. Okay, so first we need to make sure the pet doesn't die, which actually it very easily could. This is gonna be tight, y'all. And this is right at the end. Husband, why did you get an ad? Husband. This is definitely gonna be tight. I don't even think that currently I have a heal. If I had clarity, that would be different. Oh, geez, this is gonna be so tight. Please heal. Please heal. Nope. Nope. Don't have it. Shoot. Come on. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Thank goodness. We did not die. Excellent. Oh, wow. Well, I'm psyched. It looks like I'm gonna get something taken care of in my city with textile recycling, at least the education aspect, this clothing swap. Um, so now I just have to like post on Facebook to my like-minded friends and get a Zoom meeting together and start organizing. I'm actually do a lot in city politics, so that's not just me like being grandiose. I I am it's a small town. So I'm not trying to pretend I'm like really important in like Cincinnati or something, but um but I definitely am one of the sort of movers and shakers of my town. Oh man, why is my uh-oh, I think my husband's calling me in game. You about to bub in? I am bub and a half almost. It's been really good, actually. Wish you hadn't died. I wish you hadn't died. Phrases you hear in Everquest often. I do hope Pantheon's going to be sort of like that without like all the total stress. My husband's like, I'm just about where I started when we had that misadventure in the Emerald Jungle. It's like, that was actually 2 or 3 play sessions ago. So I feel bad for him. Uh-oh, the bobber is kind of low in health. I guess I should Zacer. Aw, that's a dumb name. All right, so basically I'm gonna like just met up and camp out, but I'm gonna met up first. So this will basically be the end. Um, I will be doing Dungeons and Dragons next. I will not stream Dungeons and Dragons as I did not ask permission of the people I'm hanging with. Plus, I also haven't. Oh, are we doing Discord or Zoom or what? Google Meet? Anyway, I have not yet learned how to patch through stuff, um, like Discord into slobs, so I'll have to learn how to do that. But since this is gonna get pretty dull and I'm about to like camp out anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and bust out of here. So I'm gonna end stream. Bye.